Okay, guys. Today we review, okay, the countable and uncountable nouns. Remember that we have to identify what can be countable and what we can't count with numbers, right? Because we use other kind of words like the quantifiers, okay, to count, for example, the food. So, countable is everything that we can count as 1, 2, 400, etc. We can count 3 apples, 2 books, um, 3 cans of soda. We can count, for example, 3 kilos of tomato, okay? But we can't count the cheese. We need to use a quarter, a kilo, a pound, okay? We can't count, for example, beans. We have to use a bag, okay? Or if it is a can of beans. We can't count the water. We need, for example, a gallon, a liter, a glass of water, okay? So it's very important that you identify what is countable and what is non-countable, okay? For example, here we have, well, we already saw quantifiers, okay, in last period, but we are just making a review. So we have quantifiers are words or phrases which show the number or amount of some object. Some quantifiers are used with both count and uncountable nouns. For example, we said that we can't count our hair, right? But if you see a hair on the soup, well, we can count that. We can use that hair to count that we have one hair. The same happens with the for papers. For example, if we were in the classroom and I give you some papers, okay, uh, I can say pass your papers to the front, okay, because maybe I give 10 papers or 10 sheet of paper, okay, but it's different if you have hygienic paper, okay. We can count the the paper that we use on the bathroom, for example, okay. So it says some other quantifiers are only used with count or non-countable nouns, okay, but not both. So we have some examples, okay. For example, we have there are some books on the shelf, okay. We can use some for countable and non-countable nouns, okay. We can say we have some books, and we can have some cake left in the fridge, for example, okay. Or there is some fruit on the table, okay. So fruit is non-countable, books is countable, but in Spanish serían algunos o algunas o algo de fruta. That's why we are using with countable and non-countable nouns, okay? Now, if you are going to make a question, okay, for question we use any, okay, any for question, to ask any kind of question, okay, of food, for example, or any other stuff, okay? So, are there any girls in your class? Yes, there are. There are 20 girls, for example, okay? Now, also we use any to make a negative statement. Okay, remember that any is for make negative statement and also to make questions. There aren't any onions in the salad. Okay, for negative. O sea, no hay cebollas. It's negative. Okay. Now, if we're going to talk about, or if we're going to work with a lot of, also is for countable and non-countable. A lot of red apples. Muchas manzanas rojas. But we also can use it for non-countable. A lot of noise. Mucho ruido, porque no podemos decir muchos ruidos. ¿Sí? We can use different types of noise, okay? But in this case, we're using a lot of noise. Mucho ruido, okay? Now, if you're going to work with many is only only with countable nouns. Many friends, many windows, many kids, many people, many adults, many cars, okay? And a few, it's also with countable nouns. A few books, a few ladies, a few dogs. O sea, pocos, pocos o pocas. Many, muchos o muchas. Countable. A few, pocos o pocas. Okay. Now, much. Okay. On the other side, on the other side, much is for non-countable. Much time, much energy, much water. Okay. So many is for countable, much is for non-countable. A few is for countable, pocos o pocas, and a little is for non-countable. A little juice, poco jugo, okay? Poco jugo, poco o poca. A few countable, a little non-countable, okay? So we need to remember this. We already saw this in last period, okay? We have an example. We can't make the cake, Susan. There is some sugar and flour, but there aren't any eggs, okay? And we have some examples, okay? I'm very thirsty. What would you like? Just a glass of water. A water? No. It's not correct to say a water, neither in Spanish, okay? Just a glass of water. That's it, okay? Because one water, we can't count the water. We can say a glass of water, a little of water, I don't know, a gallon of water, okay? And you can check here, it's correct. Let's see another one. It says, at the party was delicious. It's something general. So the food at the party was delicious because it's not a food, okay? The food, it's a general thing. The food at the party was delicious, okay? For example, in this one, we're buying for our new house furniture. We're buying any furniture, furniture in general. Estamos comprando muebles, ¿sí? Para nuestra nueva casa. Okay? Furniture. Then, would you like some coffee? Yes, thank you. Do you want any what? Any sugar? Remember that the any is to make questions, okay? And any is also to deny, to make something in negative, okay? So, do you want any sugar in it? Algo de azúcar, okay? Let's see another one. It says, I love what? I love music, but the music at the party was too loud, okay? In general, music, okay? So the grammar that we saw at the beginning, you can check it here at the end, okay? At the end, you can have all the information, grammar of the topic that you're seeing, okay? Of the subject that you are, no, I'm sorry, of the topic that you're seeing. So if you make a click here, you can see the information, okay? It's the same that we already saw at the beginning, okay? Also, well, it's important that you remember, well, we're going to talk about nutrition, okay? It's important that you remember what is healthy, what is good for us to eat, okay? So please make a review of the countable and uncountable nouns and the quantifiers, okay? This is in lesson 4 of unit 1, okay?